And my art style was kind of improved, so I obviously had to redraw some of the avatars or drawings. Oh, and sorry about Sonic Forces Returnal not being finished completely. I I don't actually know what legacy the cat's doing. I should probably go check on him. Oh, Furry Legacy or Sonic OC Legacy. Yeah, I don't care. Uh, what's taking so long? Dude, get the fuck out of my room. What the fuck are you doing? What am I doing? What the fuck are you doing? And you're supposed to be working on Sonic Forces Return. I have like 4 minutes done on it. I think I'm fine. Alright, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna make the video. Because someone won't fucking finish the video he's supposed to be working on. But I digress. Anyway, this one's gonna be drawing Skylanders in my art style. The profile picture is Chop Chop. I literally don't know why I haven't made any Skylanders content yet. Now, what is Skylanders? Well, it was a Toys to Life video game in the 2010s. First game released in 2011. That first game being Spyro's Adventure. And it's a very good game. Big childhood favorite of mine. There were 6 main games released for Skylanders. There was Spyro's Adventure, releasing in 2011, and Skylanders Giants, which released in 2012. Giants was my first ever Skylanders game, by the way. Skylanders Swamp Force, which were released in 2013. My favorite Skylanders game, by the way. Oh, Skylanders Trap Team, which released in 2014. Skylanders Superchargers, which released in 2015. And Skylanders Imagineers, which released in 2016. There was a new gimmick every game, so not one game was ever just the same thing as the last one. Spyro's Adventure was literally just Toys to Life, so like every Skylander was just a core, which are the basic Skylanders, the ones that don't have any special gimmick attached to them aside from being, Skylanders. Then we have Giants, which released the Giants, which are literally just big Skylanders, which, is kind of, just they're big Skylanders and slower than core Skylanders, and also who ended up being able to do these things called feats of strength and stuff. They were stronger too. Swamp Force released and granted the ability to have some Skylanders swap the tops and bottoms of themselves with another Skylander, which is my favorite gimmick because of how unique it is. Skylanders Trap Team, you get to play as the villains, and also there's Traptanium weapons now, which is literally just crystal weapons. Like that's literally it. That's like the Trap Master Skylanders are really fucking basic. Heck, and I don't understand why he couldn't just have been cores, but then we have Skylanders Superchargers, which released and gave vehicles. You can now drive as a Skylander now, if you weren't able to do that. Apparently, you kind of were, but whatever. And then Imagineers let you just create your own Skylander. Create your own overpowered as all fuck Skylander. Now, these games were fairly successful back when they released. They were pretty revolutionary at the time, Toys to Life was a fairly revolutionary concept, kept combining toys and video games together, two mediums that children love. Hey, So, Toys for Bob and Activision clearly knew what they were doing when they did this. The games became less popular around the time that Superchargers released. Houston by Imaginators, yeah, the series is just done. But, like, it had a fairly successful run when it was at its prime. Spyro's Adventure 2, Swap Force, there was 8 elements. Water, fire, earth, air, tech, magic, undead, and life. And then Trap Team came along and then added light and dark. The light and dark characters are pretty cool, but anyway. Alright, I can finally start actually getting into the drawings I make now because I'm not trying to explain in the series is in the simplest way I can. Note that I'm not going to draw every single Skylander because just the individual Skylanders alone count up to like 167 individual Skylanders, not even including all the variants and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not drawing 167 characters. That's a lot, and my drawing style is very limited. I might make a second part to start drawing more and more Skylanders. Maybe even finally complete like the 167 Skylanders. I don't know.
Alright, so what I eventually decided to do was I drew a bunch of Skylanders that I liked, one per element, and I ensured each game got representation in the drawings. So, here we have the first page. Let's start with the arguably best one, not just because he's my favorite. Chop Chop. I made specifically Series 2 Chop Chop because I already have showcased Twin Blade Chop Chop, which is the usual one I draw, as that's my favorite version of Chop Chop. I decided to draw Series 2 though, because 1, that's the actual version I have, and 2, I kinda wanted to draw a different version of Chop Chop instead of just drawing the same Chop Chop over and over and over again. As you can see, I kind of fucked up with the bone and the sword, but like arguably this is the one I did the best on, so I'm willing to ignore that. Chop Chop was a pretty basic to draw actually, given my art style. And I might as well explain this. I also put their catchphrases, what they are, their names. So, this is the undead Skylander Chop Chop, who also acts as representation and for Spyro's Adventure. Or I guess he could count as Giant's representation since this is Series 2, where Series 2 who appeared, but like, I'm counting him as a Spyro's Adventure rep because I did not actually put one, not that I remember. Anyway, he is an Archean. Yeah, he is an Archean killing machine who then decided one day, you know what? Screw that evil crap. I'm going to be good guy now. That's not actually what happened, but like that's essentially what happened, so yeah. His catchphrase is Ice and Dice. This is arguably the one I did the best on, not just because he's my favorite. You saw 3 others that I did, and clearly tell that I did not do a good job there. Let's move on to T-Rex though, who is one of the Giants reps. T-Rex, be afraid of the bark. He is a life Skylander, and oh my god, I fucked up that life symbol a lot. He is a giant tree person. Well, actually, he's literally just a giant tree. He became a person, so. Who is also a Skylander I have. The Skylanders that I actually have that I drew, here's T-Rex, by the way. The Skylanders that I actually have that I end up drawing, they based their poses off actual poses as the figures because I just felt like it and they were very easy to use as reference. The only problem is that since T-Rex is technically a Lycor, like I know he's just a giant, he has the Lycor functions, hence which if you don't know, if you were to put a Lycor onto the portal power, the character would glow. You don't really get to see the blue eyes, like those are just clear. So I kind of had to look at the official artwork for that, but arguably anyway, I was looking at official artwork technically. Anyway, here is Blast Buckler, who I also have. Yeah, every Skylander that I drew on this page I have is a swap for Skylander. Here's Blast Zone and then Washbuckler. As you can see, you can actually swap the Skylanders around, and boom, Blast Buckler. So yeah, that's what I decided to do with the Swap Force members. So technically he's the Fire Rep and the Water Rep. His catchphrase is Blast and Furious. A Fast and Furious reference. He's a Firebomb Knight / Pirate Octopus because, you know, in their base forms, they are literally just that. A Fire Bomb Knight and a Pirate Octopus. Yeah, I think I kinda screwed up with the torso, but I really screwed up with the legs, which cannot be more apparent whenever, like, the entire Washbuckler part I completely fucked up with. Blast Zone is, I did kinda well with Blast Zone, not that well. Meanwhile, we have Wash Zone, who is the wash top and the zone bottom. Yeah, you already saw that. I don't know why I felt the need to do that again. I just really like swapping them around. He is technically water and fire, so he's technically the water and fire representative. Yeah, whatever. Washbuckler is a pirate octopus that says 8 legs and no pegs, even though like if you were to look at the actual figure, he has 6. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 legs. It's not 8. Unless you're counting the mustache tentacles as legs, in which case that's not what the definition of legs. I really screwed up with Wash here. I mean, the torso is kinda okay, but like the face, oh my god, what the fuck did I do with the face? And also, if you see that miscolor, yeah, it really did not feel like redrawing this just to get that coloring right. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the first page. Let's move on to the second page, which I think I did even worse on, actually. So here's Crusher, who I don't currently have. I had him in childhood. I kind of lost all of those Skylanders. I really liked Crusher, okay? In Giant, he was one of my favorite Giants. His catchphrase is, it's Crush Hour. He's an Earth Element. He is a giant rock golem. Do I see that I completely fucked up? Yeah, that's happened with most of these, actually. I tried to get him into the actual pose that he has in the actual official art. Yeah, this is one of the ones I did the worst on. We have Astro Blast, who is the light representation, who is from Superchargers. Should have definitely been Trapteam that I reviewed next. Yeah, but like, who cares? He is Spaceman of the light element. His catchphrase is Ready, Set, Glow. Looking at the official character, I think I did okay. It's not good by any means, but like, it's definitely better than what I did for some other characters. I like Astro Blast. He's a really cool character. I'm not the kind of person to care about how good they are in the game. I just like their design. Then we have Bouncer, who used to be my favorite Skylander, but has since been replaced by Chop. He is still the best giant, by the way. He is a tech element, and oh my god, I completely fucked up that tech gear. He is a giant Roboto Ball player, which, if you probably don't know, is an Archean sport that's essentially just football. Well, soccer. It's not football. I mean, if it's not America, okay, who cares? His catchphrase is deal with the wheel. So you better deal with the wheel. Which, yeah, he has a wheel. I don't really know where they come up with some of these catchphrases. I really like Bouncer, and I don't think I did terribly with Bouncer here. The face completely was, oh my god, to work on, but the rest of the body I think I did fairly well on. He's also one of the few characters I've ever given fingers, because anytime I add fingers, it usually screws everything up. Skylander, I like him. Then the final one we have is Splat, who I completely fucked up with the face on. I recognize the complete fuck up in coloring. Yeah, That was an honest mistake again, but like, who cares? Splat is the magic element and is a supercharger. Catchphrase is the art of war because they're an artist. Really like Splat. These characters are cool. I tried to get that official pose. Anytime I try to do these official things, it ends up being a very dynamic thing in which I do not know how to do. But I try my best. I don't think I did too bad aside from the face. There's that hair thing. I don't know if you can tell. I realized I forgot to color back for hair and well, I'm gonna finish that. I'm not gonna finish it right now. Anyway, okay, so that's this page. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I completely fucked up that earth symbol. Moving on to the last page, we have, let's go with the air element first, who is the trap team representation, Blades. This guy was a pain in the ass to draw. That's not even the worst of drawings, by the way. I eventually just decided to simplify it a bit. His catchphrase is looking sharp, he's a sword dragon. And again, a pain in the ass to draw. That's a weird air symbol that I made. I really like Blades. I like Blades a lot. The best air element. I don't never draw, like, four-limbed. I never draw four-limbed. I never draw friggin' biped. I always draw bipedal characters. So, like, this one, like, that's not even the main problem. Like, the main problem was the helmet. Like, I couldn't get it right ever. And, yeah, I realized the sword's oversized. But at that point, I was just like, you know what? It had style. The final product's okay, I guess. We have Starcast, whose catchphrase is a shot in the dark. He's the dark element representative. He's a space ninja, which, by the way, ends up freaking hospitalizing Eon, who is the main Portal Master of the series. If you look at his lore, like, it's really funny because it's like on a wishing star, or Eon had wished for like a ninja to like train his Skylanders, and freaking Pop Viz, the same time Pop Viz was like wishing on the same star to freaking get him out of anger management class, and freaking nobody knows which wish Starcast came from. They just know that he came from that, and it's so stupid for such a cool design. Which, by the way, like, I had to look at the official figure when actually doing the colors, because like the official art just makes it really hard to see what actually is going on with the character. It looked like he was just entirely black and gold, but no, he has those dark blue colors on his gloves and like boots. Yeah, my completely fucked up crescent moon for the dark element. The forum aspect was not as difficult to fucking process as I thought it was going to be, but it was still pretty annoying. That's characters that I drew.
Oh, and this is going to be part of a series that I'm making called Drawing Characters in My Art Style, which I already have the first episode being the drawing Sam Hex characters. Then I have this episode, which will kind of be its own mini series, I guess, of trying to draw just Skylanders in my art style. And if you guys or gals or non-gendered people have any suggestions on characters I can draw, I'd be happy to hear it. I know my drawings aren't exactly the best things in the world, far from it, but I'd be interested to take some suggestions. Oh, and a final announcement. I'm going to be posting on Blue Sky now, potentially. So if you're interested in that, follow me on Blue Sky. Link will be in the description. That's it. All right, bye. Bye, have a good day.